Hello guys, this is Ragdoll VG, and today we're going to be talking a little about how to create a Minecraft server from scratch. Now there is one thing that I will be using, and that is this. Just this, because none of the other codes work for me, and you can also try this one. All of the codes will be in the description, and I will tell you in a minute what this does. So, other than that, let's start completely fresh. So, the first thing that you will want to do is right-click on your desktop and go to New. Create a new folder. Name this anything that you want. I recommend just server or the server name, anything. Inside the folder, make a new text document and name it run.bat. Doesn't even have to be .bat. Don't name it .bat. Inside that, copy and paste one of these, and then save it, save as, and all files .bat. Doesn't have to be a capital B, but I am just kind of OCD freak. And then let's just save it. You can see then you got one of these files. Nothing is there because, well, you don't have the can't pronounce it. The .jar file to make it connect to make a server. So now there's two ways of getting it. You can also simply create a new folder, go to minecraft.net, like so. Go to download, and then simply click on this and drag that into your folder. This one, not this one, because this is just a way to do it really easy. But if you do it this way, you cannot download plugins, and it runs quite slow. And the last thing is that it only uses Hamachi. So other than that, you go to bukkit.org. You don't need this folder. We only need this one with the .bat. Bat is short for a batch file. And then you want to go to Git Craft Bukkit. Now the latest version may not be here. As you can see, this is the most recent one. So you will want to go to dl.bukkit/ no, my bad. dl.bukkit.org/download/craftbukkit. And then the latest version will be right here. Just click on development build, and then it will be right here. Before we continue though, I just want to go to my downloads. Just drag that there, and everything else I can delete. Yeah. Just so it doesn't get a big clusterfuck. Alright. So then you want to click on Development Build 1.4.7 R02, and it should be 12 megabytes. Although if you watch this video in a later version, it will still work. Nothing will happen. Although the coding may change. And when I mean coding, I mean the stuff inside of this file. But other than that, let's click on Development Build. It will download. It doesn't have a virus or anything, so let's just keep it. So now once it is done, there's two ways to get it. There's actually many ways, but two ways I prefer to get it. One way is by dragging it onto your desktop. Here we have it. And the second way is by going into your files, going to the OS drive, going to users, your name, and then downloads. And here it is. Since we already have it, we don't need it. So now once the craft bucket is on your desktop, you can then drag it into your folder, your server folder with the .batch file that is named run. And then you will want to rename, oops, my bad. you're going to rename this to this file name right here. And then, so let's just rename. Actually, no, that's wrong. So as you can see, this is not the latest version. I am 2 below, but it will be just fine. Oh, and I'm even a whole, alright, my bad. So this is old. So what you want to do is make this name exactly like that. But you can't change this name until you can remove all those random digits. But that is about it. So, other than that, just change it all up. So let's go back and check it. 1.4.7 R02.jar. It's good. I have now Control S, or you can go to File and Save. We can now exit that, and we can then click Run. Everything's loading up. A new world. Some details about the port, and then it slowly loads up. It's loading the main world, the nether, and then the aether. As you can see, this is the aether because it goes really fast. This is nether, and this is the main world. So now we have the plugins folder, which we will get to in a later episode. We have the main world, the nether, and then the end, not aether, my bad. We have the banned IPs. And this is when you ban someone's IP. We have banned players. This is when someone gets banned for a stupid reason. We have ops. And we have server and whitelist. We also have server properties and everything else you do not really want to worry about. So once you have completely loaded all of these files up in your console, which is this black window, click on it and type in STOP, stop. And then once you have done that, it'll say press any key to continue. Just press a key. And then right click on server.properties, edit with notepad, and you will see this. So let me just show you what let me just start from the bottom up, because that's how I like to do things. So let me open up my games, open up Minecraft. I'll show you what MOTD means. It means message of the day. But as you can see, the Goldcraft Skyblock server, testing Feed the Beast, do whatever, free op. Those are MOTDs. So mine will be a Minecraft server, and I don't want it to be that. I want to name my server come join our world today. And this is what people will see above the IP address. So there's the IP address in the light gray, and above that is the color, or the MOTD, message of the day. Alright, the view distance, this is just by default, and most servers do not change that. We won't get into that because, well, you don't really need that. Generate structures, pretty much this is jungle, temples, NPC villages, strongholds, castles in the end, nether, those kind of things. So if you don't want those, just click false. But if you happen to click false, you will have to delete the world and reload it up. Spawn monsters. This is if you want, true is if you want monsters to spawn, such as zombies, creepers, pigs, not pigs, my bad, those are NPCs. Zombie, creep, all the hostile mobs pretty much. Max players. If you're hosting it from your desktop, you should keep this at 25 or below, because if 25 players join, it will get quite laggy. I really like 15, because it will kind of keep it on the good side. Won't go over, won't go under. Always a good thing. Game mode, this is when a new player joins, what game mode he will be. So if you want it so they can't break anything, then game mode 3. Hold on, let me take a little breath. If you want it so when they join and they can't break anything, only kill, shoot, light, no, not even light, those kind of things like adventure maps, then game mode 3 is for you. Game mode 2, however, is creative. This is when they can spawn blocks and fly around. Game mode, no, my bad. Game mode 1 is creative, game mode 2 is adventure mode, and then game mode 0 is survival. Difficulty. This is like easy, medium, or what's the other one? Hard? Yeah, something like that. So 1 is easy, 2 is medium, and so on. I'm just going to keep it at 1. Keep in mind, if you have it at 3, zombies can then break down doors. PvP, player versus player. If other players can kill some people, if you want that to be disabled, simply type false. Now, I don't want it so they can, so I'm going to keep it as false. Online mode, this is if you only want people who have bought the game to be able to join. If you turn this to false, which we won't do, but if you happen to do it, people can log on as the admin, using the admin's username. But if you want it to be on false, I will show you show you a way to prevent that using a plugin. But for now, let's just keep that as true. Texture pack. If you want a custom default texture pack, it doesn't have to be custom, but still, to load up when a player just joins, just put in the link of the texture pack, and it will automatically install to their texture packs folder, but they can only use it on that server. Hardcore mode, if you have this to be true, when a player dies, they will be banned. I highly recommend you to keep this to be false, and if you want it to be like that, download a plugin off of Bukkit. Because if you download a plugin off of Bukkit, then you can set a time, a reason, and, well, a lot of other things that we will get to. Like, if you have this to true in this file, it would ban them forever. But you can download a plugin to make it only like a week's ban or whatever. If they can view all of these via in-game, like, I don't even know how to explain it. Just keep that to true or false if you want it so they can see everything like these. Level seed. Nope, wait, we skipped over some. Spawn animals. This is pigs, cows, chickens, squids, things like that. Things that supply you with good food. Whitelist. We're just going to keep this to true because I don't want a bunch of people joining. So let's just have that at true. But if you have this at true, then you will have to go to the whitelist file, which is just called white-list. And then you have to add everyone's name into this list. Everyone's name that you want everyone's name that you want to be able to join the server. You just add them on in. So I'm just adding a couple names that I know of. Marley66 and iPad Remix. Alright, so those are a couple names I know of. That is my alt account. But other than that, all these people can now join. Control S or file and save. Exit out of that. Spawn NPCs. NPCs are like villagers. Trying to think of if there are any other NPCs, but I don't think so. So if you want villagers to spawn, then yes. Max build height. How high can they build from sea level? Now I think sea level is at 60 something, although I'm not 100% sure. Although I think it is at 64. That is where the ocean level is. And then this is the max height that they can build up. So yeah, you can change this to be like level 50. And then they wouldn't be able to build houses, which would be insane. You could change this to be 0, so they couldn't build at all. But what was it at? 256? I'm just Control Z to undo my changes. I'm Control Zing it. server IP. We will skip that and get back to that around episode 5 when we are adding a IP so people can then connect. Level seed, level dash seed. Pretty much, if you want a seed, let's just go Google a couple seeds. Google.com Minecraft seeds. If you want a seed for your server, like a seed is pretty much a terrain generator, you can say. That doesn't work. Alright, let me just do one of mine. Best buddy. This generates a nice flat land with some trees. I think it's spelled like this. Not sure if it was a capital B. But other than that, if you do make a seed and you have already loaded up the server, then you will have to delete your world again. Well, not again, but you have to delete your world, and then after deleting it, you have to reload it so that seed takes place. Enable Archon, you don't need that. You don't even need to know what that is. And level type, default. So if you want it to be super flat, large biomes, you can set that. You can go Google that, and then a couple next episodes I will be talking a little bit more about this briefly, but in this one I won't be. This is depending on your IP address. So if you go to 192.168.0.1 and then you type in all your information, you should be able to find out what your port is and also your IP address after port forwarding it. I haven't, so I don't know what mine is, but I just know my port is that, and that is the default one unless you change it. This is gonna bug me. I don't know where it is. Well, it doesn't really matter. We will get to that around episode 7, 8 maybe. Anyways, I love flight. So now this is if someone has a hacking client, if you want them to be able to fly around. If you have it at no after 10 seconds or 5 seconds or so, they will automatically be kicked. Very useful. Enable, well, you don't need that. Level name, so if we change this to our world, and then we save it, let's just save all of this, and then let's just complete these two next ones. Allow nether. If you want the nether to be closed or opened, you can change that right here. So if you want it so they can't go through the nether portal. Ooh, I burped. Ooh, wait, hold on. If you want it so they cannot go through the nether portal, then just type in false. If you want it so they can, type in true. This will be in the next episode. And more level seed. And yeah, so let's just Control S or sit file save. Exit out of that. If you were wondering what notepad file thing I was using C++. Edit with notepad. I mean not C++, notepad++. File to download it will be in the description. Alright, now let me actually talk a little bit more about this. So here's a code that you can use. It's not the one I'm using, but this is the main one that works for everyone. This one and also the one I'm using will be in the description. I'm not showing you how to make a Linux or a Mac OS X server, so those will not be in the description. And this one will be in the description also, but yeah, normally you don't need that. So we can now close this. Let's delete this world. Actually, let's delete these two worlds. And then go back into the server properties for a second. And as you can see, my world name will be our world when it loads up. So let's simply load this back up, please. And as you can see, this world has loaded, all world. The last thing I'm going to be showing you in this video is if you go back into this file, and the IP will be localhost. That is just for you to be able to connect, nobody else, not even your brother if he's in your house. And you type in localhost, you can then connect. Hold on. I joined anyways. As you can see, come join our server today. That was the MOTD that I put on. Message of the day. So this is my server. Has the 15 slots. I can go and break a tree. And yeah, make a crafting table. Make some sticks. Man, this is awesome. Finally make a sword. Alright, I was about to say before we do that, I actually completely, oh, my bad, I hit the mic. So right now, you're not an op. You can't go game mode, oops, you can't go game mode 1. I'm sorry, but you don't have the permissions to perform this command. Please contact the server administrators if you believe this is a problem. So what you want to do is in this black screen, you will want to type op iPad HD. And this opts you. As you can now see, I can then type game mode 1, which is creative, and you can now spawn all the items. You can fly around from double jumping, and yeah, let's just kill this sheep. Come here, little bastards! Rate, comment, subscribe. The next video should be uploaded sometime this week, before Thursday at least. And we will be talking. Oh, by the way, when I said it would be uploaded, like how to port forward and stuff at like episode 8, I honestly don't know when they will be uploaded. Like, I don't know when I'm gonna record them at what episode, because these episodes last as long as it takes to get through one thing. And yeah, that made no sense. But anyways, good day, bye bye, and any other things that you want to say. Before I get a lot of rage comments, to close your server safely, type stop. I told you this already, but it's yeah. A lot of people will fail and mess up. And then just press enter and it has stopped. Everything is nicely saved into the world data. And yep. See ya. And also I am using the debut recordings capturing software. It's completely free. The link will be also in the description. And yeah, see ya.